YouTube, what's going on? Appreciate y'all watching my videos. I know y'all, I haven't been doing videos for y'all, but I've just been busy, man. Just been a little busy, you know. Just been busy, man. I just got the word. I might have to evict a tenant. Shit. I might have to evict a tenant. It's all good. It's business. It's all right. We get it together. But yeah, man. Just want to do a video with y'all. Check with y'all. See what's going on. Let's see who in here. Big Face. What's going on? Big Face. You get that 30K yet? Let's see. John Spano. What's going on? Charlie. Everybody coming in, man. Hey, what's going on? But yeah, man, I just want to check with y'all, man. Is this backwards? But yeah, man, I got my DOT numbers, man. They come in a little box, you know. They come in a little box. I ordered it online from this website. This website called custom vinyl lettering.com. $30. $30. I mean, I know I'm gonna have a lot of guys be like, hey man, you can go over there, you can go over there, you can go over there. But hey, I shopped around and I feel like this is a decent price for what I was looking for. A lot of local companies around, they asking anywhere from $50 to $100 to put some vinyl on the truck. I'm like, nah, I'm not trying to pay that kind of money. So I got my vinyl. $30. $30. I know some of y'all gonna call me a liar. So let's see if it don't show no information. Okay, boop 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 whoop whoop the whoop. Okay. Okay, yeah, it's a little company out of Indiana. I did a Google search for vinyl lettering. There's a couple of websites come up. If you do lettering online, you're looking at it around from $15 to $30. If you do it, order online, it come pretty fast. I ordered these on the 19th, and I got them in the mail on. When I got this stuff in the mail, I ordered these on the 19th, and I got them on Thursday. I think these came on Thursday. Milkman, I'm a liar. Okay. $30. See ya. $30. $30. $32. I mean, it ain't nothing flashy. The DOT only requires you to have your business name, your DOT number. That's all they require. You don't have to have all this. Like, I see guys with all this stuff on their truck. You don't got to have all that stuff on. You're looking at $1,000 for some vinyl on your truck, man. You don't need all that stuff, man. All you need is the DOT number, your business name, your DOT number, and that's it. You don't need all that stuff, man. Let me see. Yeah, man, I got my vinyl. It just comes in a little thing like this. That's it. Put the vinyl on the truck. Let's go. Make some money. So I got my vinyl. Yeah, got this vinyl. So at this point, my lease is up next week, and I got to renew my lease, and I want to get that out of the way before I go running on my authority. Don't tell nobody. So I want to get that out of the way. Once I get that out of the way, then I'll go ahead and run on my authority. But at this point, I'm still leased to Travel Loco. So I don't want no hiccups. Because, Snyder Finance, they approved me to come to Travel Loco. So I'm going to stay at Travel Loco. Once I get my new lease signed, then I go and run on my authority. But for now, that's what we're doing. But yeah, man, I got my vinyl. Shoot. MC number. See that? I'm showing some of it. I'm being silly. Somebody sent me a message. Macy's 50 to 70% off. Macy's sent me an email. But yeah, man, you get two vinyl things, man, and put the vinyl on the truck, man, and go make some money. Put the vinyl on the truck. Hey. Let me see. Where I've been working, man. So you got Travel Loco right now, right? So eventually mine gonna go up there like this. That's how mine gonna go. So that's how we're gonna do that. Yeah, I think it'll work out, right? That's how it'll work. Oh, man. We got our DOT numbers, man. Got these DOT numbers. You just peel this little plastic back, and you put it on the truck. Hey, you put it on the truck. And I got my ELD program, got my vinyl, got my insurance. I still got to get my driver file together. I got a letter from the FMCSA. I might have an audit coming along already. I got a letter. Might have an audit coming along. We'll see, man. We'll see. You think we'll pass this audit? Hope we'll pass this audit, man. Shoot. We're going to be out of service. See that? Hey, we'll see, man. We'll see. Let me see what y'all talking about. How much can I make with Seaver with 3 power-only trucks? Oh, man. You know what? I don't even know. You might have to reach out to some guys who run with Seva. I talked to a guy who had 3 trucks on with Seva. I mean, I would say if each truck do 150,000 a year, you know, you'd be looking at about $450,000 gross with 3 trucks. Generally speaking, you know, about 450 gross between 3 trucks. So I don't know. I'm just doing random guessing off the top of my head. If a truck do 150 to 170,000 each truck, you know, you'd be looking at almost $500,000 in gross revenue. So, you know, yeah, I be trying to tell these guys, it's one step at a time, man. One step at a time. I be trying to tell these guys. And like, see, in my situation, that's why I went ahead and leased on with Travel Loco, because it allowed me to take my time. You know, get a truck, get the plates, get the trailer, get the insurance, do my research, take my time, get my money up, take my time, get brokers, deal with some brokers, figure out the broker game, okay, get some brokers, get signed up with brokers, get a factoring company, get it, okay, boom, take my time, okay, get everything lined up so I can hit the road and just making money, you know what I'm saying? So, but a lot of guys, they don't agree with that. So I'm just taking my time, man. Just taking my time, making sure everything right, get all my I's dotted, get all my T's crossed, and take my time. Okay, boop, whoop, and get on down the road. But as we sit, I'm probably signed up with a good 15 brokers right now. I'm probably signed up with about 15 brokers right now. So got a factoring company. I'm all set up with a factoring company, you know. And the thing about it, see, a lot of guys don't talk about this. Yeah, you can go get your authority. Yeah, you can get most of the money. But you can sign up with some brokers all day long. But if your factoring company don't approve the brokers you want to pull for, you basically wasting your time. You basically wasting your time. So you pretty much got to run those brokers by your factoring company. So when you're looking at a broker, you got to put their MC number. You got to put their MC number in the in their credit check program. And if your factoring company don't approve them, you can't pull for them. You can sit there and get your authority all day long, but if your factoring company don't approve them, you can't run freight. So, you know, so you got to call up a broker, get their carrier packet, get their MC number, run it through the credit check. If their credit is an 80 credit score or better, they'll get approved, and then you can run some freight for them. If they got a credit score less than 80, you can't pull nothing. I mean, you can pull the freight, but it's on you. You can pull the freight. So probably what you want to do, if you see a broker and their credit score is below an 80, 79, 70, 60. It was a broker that called me because he know I got my MC number. He called me. I told him I'm not ready yet. But he called me and said, hey, man, I got a load. I was like, okay. I ran his MC number. He had a 61 credit score. I was like, man, you going to have to pay me up front for this load. Your credit is, you got 61 credit score. So I told him, I was like, man, you either you're gonna have to at least pay me 50% up front for the load. So that's just business, man. You got to have a credit program, you know. Will I run 48? My insurance is just good for the South. So, but I mean, I'm not planning on, I don't run all over the place, no way. I mean, a lot of guys think you got to run all over the place. Why you want to kill yourself for? Like, why you want to do that? I mean, if you like to work, hey, go work. But you don't need to run all over the country. That's that company driver stuff. That, like, these mega carriers be training y'all to think that you got to run all over the country to make some money. No, you don't. You got to stay out for 6 months to make. No, you don't, man. I would say at most, you running the truck and trailer, at most you probably want to stay out about 2 weeks. But other than that, more than 2 weeks, you just wasting your time, because there's a diminishing return, because you're going to spend more time out on the road when you're not going to be making more money for that time out on the road anyway. You know what I'm saying? So you just wasting time. You can make once you start running in a small area, you can make the same amount of money running all over the country. And these brokers know that. That's why they have the rate set up in the system. You can make the same amount of money running from east to west coast, or just running short loads around your house. And they know that. You know, they have these rates set up in the system, man. And, you know, the rates are set up like that. These brokers know. They got these computers analyzing rates all across the country. They know the rates, the truck to freight ratio. They know all the freight. They know all the trucks that's out here, and they can figure out how to get this freight moved for cheap as possible. Okay. And they know. So you're not going to beat the system. You got to be a mega carrier to beat this system. And you got 1-2 trucks. You just might as well just get that out of your mind, that you're going to beat the system. So that's just my opinion. But will I run off for it? No, I won't. So there's no reason to do that. Because I live down here in Atlanta. It's going to cost you money to run all over the 48 states. You're going to lose money going all over the place. It's in your best interest to run in a small area and figure out the customers in your area, the freight in your area, and develop those relationships in your area. You running all over the place, you won't get enough time to sit still long enough to build a relationship with some customers where you can get repeated work. You know what I mean? You can get that repeated business. So that's how I see it. And once you develop the relationships, get that repeated work, before you know it, you can add another truck on, add 2-3 more trucks on, and then you can get your little customer. You can get your customer a dedicated lane going out and back. You know what I mean? But see, a lot of guys, they want to run all over the country. You don't slow down enough to get that repeat business. And you know, that's how I see it. You know, and a lot of guys, they ready to run all 48. Why you want to do that? You're gonna beat your truck up. You an owner operator. You don't want to run all over the country. You don't want to do that. You're an owner operator. You're responsible for your truck. You want to move the freight for cheap as possible and make the most money. That's your goal as an owner operator. You're not a company driver. These mega carriers got y'all brainwashed to think you got to run all over the country and go to Alaska and all this craziness, man. You don't got to do that. I mean, if they did offer me a load going to Alaska, if the money like made sense versus the risk involved, then I'd consider it. But that's not what I'm trying to do. What's some good areas to run out of ATL with good rates? Good areas in ATL. I would say Atlanta to Florida is a good lane to run. You just got to know how to negotiate on it. I run loads down to Florida all the time. You got to negotiate on the rate real good. Now, if they're not negotiating, you know, paying a good price on the lane, then it's not worth doing. I mean, the Southeast is a tough lane in general. It's just a tough area, you know, because you're gonna get a good rate somewhere, but then you're gonna get hit somewhere else. Like, for example, you can go from Atlanta to New Jersey, 2,000, 2,500, but you're gonna get hit with a bunch of tolls and the IFTA and all of that. So it's like, sometimes it just ain't worth it, The broker call you up, hey, yeah, this load is paying $250 a mile, but yeah, you're gonna be spending $200 in tolls, and you're gonna get hit with Pennsylvania's IFTA. You know what I'm saying? So I'd rather stay like in a small area, like running South Carolina, North Carolina, Georgia, Florida, Alabama, Mississippi, where I don't spend as much money on fuel, and I don't spend as much money on IFTA, and the rates are pretty good. I can do 1,000 a day, 1,100 a day. You know what I'm saying? Running down here in the South, rather than going up in the Northeast, getting hit with all them tolls, and then you're gonna pay the money on the back end with the IFTA and all that. It's just not worth it. And you try to tell these brokers that, and they don't hear this. Oh, the rate, this is a great rate. Yeah, but you got business expenses to run that freight in that area. You don't want to run up in Pennsylvania when you live in the South. Like if you live in Pennsylvania, then it'll make sense. But Traveloka always trying to get me to go up to Pennsylvania all the time. And these brokers, they don't be wanting to pay. They be like, man, you got to pay me an extra $200-300 on this load. Well, this is the best I can do. Bye. What all does the factoring company do for you? They do your invoicing, man. What you talking about? What all they do for you? These brokers out here, they pay on your bills when you deliver a load. They pay you in 24 to 48 hours on your bills. So instead of waiting 14 to 30 to 45, 60 days on a bill with companies like a factoring company, Triumph Business Capital or whatever the case may be, these companies could pay you 24 hours on a load based on the broker's credit. You know what I mean? So if you look up the MC number and they're like, oh, this broker's got a 91 credit score, a 92 credit score, he gonna pay his bills on time. You go ahead and run the load. So you can, they're gonna advance you based on that broker's credit score. But like I said before, if you check the credit score and the broker's credit score is like 60, if you really want to run the load, that broker's gonna have to pay you up front for the load. So you can tell the broker to say, hey man, pay me 50% of the load right now when I get loaded, and once I get there, pay me the rest. But I wouldn't want to deal with that, because some of these brokers look shiesty. If this broker's got 61 credit score, chances are he probably won't be able to pay his bills. But in a case like that, I just tell the broker, hey man, you just gonna have to cut me a com check right now. Send me the money code, I'll go get the load. So I mean, good luck trying to get some detention or a lump of pay on that. So it's a double whammy. You're gonna have to get paid. You're gonna have to get a money code for that number, for that load up front. you gonna have to take that. You're gonna have to get that load up front. If he got a 61 credit score, all this freight out here, there's plenty of freight out here. You hit another milestone. What else is there in store? Well, it's time to make this money now. It's just time to make some money. Look what else I bought. Let me see. 24 minutes. I bought a water pump. once Snyder Finance extend, do the paperwork on this lease, I went ahead and bought a water pump. It's a new water pump. Brand new water pump. Oh, man. I forgot that it's a factory water pump for $250. $250. $250 for a water pump. Now, if you was to go to Freightliner, they would charge you, I think with the core charge, I think it's like, without the core charge, I think it's like $1,500. But with the core charge, I think it's like $600 for a water pump. Now we talking about the factory one, the OEM one, not the off-brand one. Let me see. I'm trying to get the serial number for y'all so you can make sure if y'all looking at buying a water pump, Hold on. Wait a minute. So that's it. 250. And that's the trying to get this thing to focus. That's the part number. The A471300. Yeah, that's the factory number for this one. This is a 2014 Freightliner, so that's the part number for this one. I mean, I don't know, because the engines change or whatever, so I went ahead and bought it because it's a good deal. I mean, I looked at a whole bunch of water pumps. I mean, you got some off brands. I really don't trust off brands. So, this is a factory one. So this is an OEM one. Original equipment one. So that's $250. $250. So I'm gonna go ahead and get the thermostat done. I'm gonna put new hoses on there. Put new hoses, the thermostat, water pump, new belts. I put the new coolant reservoir. Let's see. There's a few other things I'm gonna do because when you drain the coolant out of the motor, you might as well replace a whole lot of other stuff. So yeah, man, I appreciate it. For you going to keep that truck? Yeah, I'm keeping the truck. I'm spending money on it. Buying a water pump? Yeah, I'm keeping this truck. I'm waiting till my Snyder Finance rep get back to me. Once I sign the paperwork, this will be my last time. Then I'll go ahead and do this stuff. I don't want to start putting this stuff on it. Then, for whatever reason may be, they may not approve me. So I'm just trying to protect myself. But I just wanted to check in with y'all, Got my DOT numbers. I'm not trying to advertise for this company, but if y'all want DOT numbers for y'all truck, you're looking at about $30, $32. You're looking at about $32 if you're looking to get some DOT numbers. And it's looking at, if you go on there and order it today, you'll probably get the DOT numbers back to you maybe like Wednesday. So you're looking at about 3 days turnaround. But if you don't want to wait, you could probably just find a sign company around your city. It's a bunch of sign companies. I called up a bunch of them. They was like $50 to $100, and I didn't want to spend that kind of money just cause. I mean, it's $20 less. I mean, one company wanted $50, and I told them just black text. That's it. And that's all I wanted. And the lady asked me. She told me $50. So I went on Google and I found a bunch of companies. And this company right here seemed pretty good. So if y'all want some DOT numbers done, oh yeah, my company, of course, my company not called That Crazy Guy. Y'all crazy? What I look like putting That Crazy Guy on the side of a truck? I'm in business, man. You got to be professional. That's not a professional name. Y'all silly. Y'all are silly. You got to give your business name a professional, generic business name. So, like, for example, if your name is James Williams, if your name is James Williams, you're going to create an LLC. I would call my business JW Enterprises. Generic, plain business name. That's all you need. I see guys with these business names. They have a business name called Big Dog Trucking. It's like Big Dog, Big Man Trucking. Cool. Oh, I'm spitting. I'm sorry. Cool Breeze Trucking. I'm like, I mean, it's a business name, but I mean, when you coming out here doing business out here in the public, you dealing with white collar people, okay? You don't want to be on the phone with a broker, say, hi, how you doing? I'm calling on a load. They're gonna ask you what's your MC number. My MC number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, Big Man Trucking? Yeah, Big Man. Come on, man. Come on. You want to sound professional. You want to get a 1-800 number. Like, these are the kind of things you gotta look 5 years out. You know what I'm saying? And if you get to a place where you got multiple trucks and you the owner of your business, you don't want your business called Big Man Trucking, man. Or That Crazy Guy Trucking. No, man, no. You want a professional, generic business name, okay? You want the business name to be JW. If your name is James Williams, you want your business name to be JW Solutions, JW Trucking, or JW. I'm just trying, I'm just thinking like all the professional, clean business names you can come up with, Extreme, JW Trucking Services, I mean, you come with all kind of clean, honest, professional business names, I be seeing these names on these guys' trucks, man. I just be laughing, man. I can't imagine what the conversation looks like when you filling out a carrier packet, or you on the phone with a broker, or you trying to get a direct shipper, and you got a crazy business name. Come on, man. It's crazy. Yeah, you can make money with an ELD. Yeah. It's a little tough. You just gotta watch your hours. Because a carrier like Travel Loco, they don't have drop and hook. So you're doing live loads all the time. So, when it comes to ELDs, you want to be with a carrier that's got drop and hooks. That's where drop and hooks come into play. That's the benefit of being with a carrier like that's got, a trailer pool like a Snyder or a Landstar or a Mercer or something like that, because they got a large trailer pool. You can get in and get out. most of the time. Most of the time. But you got that support, you know what I mean? So if you getting held up on a load, you can call the carrier and say, hey, I'm held up on this load. Well, sometimes that carrier be like, hey, go ahead and drop that trailer over there, get you empty, and go about your way. You know what I'm saying? But when you with a carrier like Traveloco, it's a trade-off, because here's the trade. Yeah, you making more money. You got your own trailer. You're doing live loads all the time. But the trade-off is that a company like Traveloco, they give you a lot of power. They give you a lot of authority, and they give you a lot of power, because your truck and trailer is not tied down to Traveloco. If you were a company like Traveloco, you can do whatever you want because you negotiated the rate. So like, say you have a load and the broker is jacking you around with some fees or lump of fee or whatever. There are many times where Traveloco has had my back on getting those fees. I call Traveloco and say, hey man, I'm not delivering this load until this broker give me my detention. I'm not leaving this company until I get my detention. And a lot of times when you got your own truck and trailer, you got more leverage, because you can detain the broker's load. You got more power. Company like a Snyder, or some company where the trailer isn't yours, or you don't have that power to detain the load, and say the broker is jacking you around with the Raycon or something like that, you can detain the load. You got more control. You can just tell that broker and be like, hey man, you know what? Let's go ahead and take this load back to the shipper, and let's part ways. You know, that's not what's in the agreement. You read the Raycon, and you got to know what you're getting into. But see, because you're doing contract work, each broker Raycon is different. So you read each Raycon, and so you know what to do in an event situation happens. So, you know, that's the game. So a company like a Snyder or a Landstar, or you know, these other companies, you locked into a set rate, and it's just different. You know, especially Snyder, because they're set up like a company driver, so you don't have no leverage. So if you at a customer, you can't just leave. You just can't get up and leave. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been under loads. I got to the shipper. I sat there for like 2 hours. I just went in there and told it. I was like, hey man, y'all taking way too long. I'm leaving. You can't do that at Snyder. You can't do that at Snyder. I call Traveloco up. I just tell them. I say, hey man, I've been at this customer for 2-3 hours. They ain't load me yet. You know what? Let's go ahead and cancel this load and let me go get another one. Traveloco have my back on it. But see, with Snyder, you can't do that. You can't call up Snyder and say, hey, I booked this load. I'm going to go ahead and cancel the load or whatever. So, now don't get me wrong. You might get a hit on your credit. Now, if you got your own authority, you're going to get a hit with the broker, because the broker might hit your, he might come after you for either a TONU or some load cancellation fees. But you have that right. Snyder, you don't have that right. Once you book the load, you get to the customer, that's your load. And Snyder ain't trying to let you get out of that load. So there's a lot of differences between when you out here doing big boy trucking and you lease to a big carrier that take all your power away. You basically a company driver. You're not running no business. You have no control. You're not a boss. You can't drop a load at the end. You know, you just can't. I just call up a broker and say, hey man, let's go ahead and cancel this load. Bye. And I'll go get another load. You know what I mean? So Snyder won't let you do that. So, and a lot of guys, they don't get it until they get out here. I didn't get it neither. A lot of guys told me like, hey man, you're not running no business over there. You just a glorified company driver. But for some people, that's fine. But it just depends on what you're trying to do. But yeah, man, this video 40 minutes, man. I just wanted to check in with y'all, man. You know, just wanted to check in with y'all, see what y'all talking about, man. Let's see what's good, man. Yeah, y'all ain't really talking about much, but hey, I appreciate y'all watching my videos, man. I'll see y'all next time.